They thought I'd be an easy target. They were wrong. Life wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. I worked nights at a bar, came home around 2 a.m., took my dog for a quick walk, and spent the daylight hours watching true crime documentaries and reheating leftovers. My place was small, a slightly crumbling apartment complex just outside the city center. It wasn't fancy, but it was quiet, predictable, until he moved in. He looked like someone who had lived alone too long. Mid-40s, pale, with blinking eyes that always lingered a little too long. He barely spoke, but he was always watching. At first, it was little things. His trash would sit rotting outside his door for days. He parked in my assigned spot even after I left polite notes, and the leasing office supposedly had a talk with him. I'd catch him standing behind his window whenever I walked my dog, just staring, no wave, no nod. Then it got worse. One night I came home, and the smell hit me before I even got to my door. Sour, putrid, like gasoline soaked in rotting meat. My doormat was drenched in it. I gagged, dragged it to the trash, and scrubbed the concrete until the smell was tolerable. Another night, my dog woke me up, low growling rumbling in his chest, a sound I'd never heard from him before. I looked through the peephole. There he was, standing motionless, inches from my door. No knocking, no speaking, just breathing. The leasing office promised to make a note. The police told me unless he tried to get inside, there wasn't much they could do. He's just being odd, they said. So I bought a doorbell cam. Every morning, I checked the feed like a ritual. 3 nights later, the camera was ripped clean off. Then everything broke. I came home from work a little early. My dog didn't greet me at the door. I found him curled up in the corner, shaking, blood dripping from a gash on his leg. There were muddy footprints across my rug, scratches around the back window like someone had tried to pry it open. Nothing stolen, just my sense of safety. The police took a report, shrugged, and told me maybe I should stay somewhere else for a while. That's when I stopped waiting for someone else to save me. I changed the locks, installed hidden cameras, ones even I had to squint to find, borrowed a motion sensor sprinkler system from a friend and rigged it with a tripwire by my door. I didn't sleep. I waited. 2 nights later, around 3 a.m., I heard it, the soft creak of a footstep outside. I checked the live feed. There he was, gloved hands, something glinting in his grip, crouching at my door working the lock. The tripwire snapped. A blast of freezing water slammed him in the face. He slipped hard on the soaked tile, sprawling on his back, gasping like a fish. I opened the door, phone camera aimed squarely at him. "Smile," I said. "You're going viral." And he did. The video blew up overnight. I sent it to building management, the police, the local news. Turns out, he had a long record, stalking tenants in other apartment buildings, but nobody had ever caught him in the act, until now. He was arrested and charged. I got a restraining order. The city even sent me a letter thanking me for bringing attention to tenant safety. My family said I made it worse, that I should have just left, should have been more neighborly, but I slept soundly that night for the first time in months, because some people don't understand until you fight back.